Companion might be the best movie of 2025. I mean, you can actually see that there was effort behind this movie. My favorite thing about it was the fact that you were never told and it wasn't hinted at that Iris was a robot for the first part of the movie. The setup for that twist was immaculate, and I know that it wasn't done intentionally. I don't really watch trailers and I sometimes don't even read the synopsis, so I was going in blind as usual. And honestly, the twist was so pleasantly done and it was such a pleasant surprise, so I'm gonna have to give the movie points for that. So the main characters, Josh and Iris, meet up with some people at a cabin in like the middle of nowhere to hang out. There's Eli, Patrick, Kat, and Sergey. The movie has a very fast pace, but it was shot and written in such a way that you're able to absorb everything the movie threw at you. One thing I didn't like was when Eli said the plan out loud, because the movie was doing a really good job with showing you the plan. Just by looking at the sequence of events and listening to the dialogue, I was able to piece together the plan. Josh got Iris so he could make her kill Sergey, and then they'll take his money and put all the blame on Iris. Writers, I'm not sure if you know this, but the audience can pick up on context clues. And I like how they didn't make Iris the antagonist, because honestly, we don't need another movie about a robot that turns evil and tries to kill everyone. I like how they made Josh the antagonist and kept Iris as the victim. And let's all be honest, we've all met a Josh before. You know, that person who suffers from low self-esteem and is narcissistic and believes that the entire world is against them and owes them everything. If I were his friend, I'd suggest seeking therapy, because people with this type of mindset tend to be very self-destructive and damaging towards others, as shown in the movie. Even though it's a thriller, it is comedic and it doesn't disrupt the flow of the movie. One of my favorite parts of the movie is when Iris is playing with her settings, and another is when she tries to escape by stealing Josh's car. And I can't tell you how hard I laughed when Iris changed her language to German and Deputy Hendricks was trying to talk to her. But because she can't lie, she tells him everything, but because she's speaking in German, he doesn't understand. It was a really funny scene, I promise you. Better than how I'm describing it, but it was a very funny scene. I find the companion robots interesting. I love how their CPUs aren't in their heads, but in their stomachs. When Iris shot herself in the head, I was like, where's this going to go? The movie's almost over. Then we find out that her CPU is actually in her stomach. That was such a neat subversion, and I couldn't help but laugh at Josh, because everything in his plan is just going wrong. And even if he was able to get rid of Iris, the police would still notice that Hendrix is missing, and they'll track his car and find the house and find the bodies and find Josh's fingerprints everywhere and hunt him down. It could go like that. Also, I like the fact that Josh is not a mastermind, just a normal guy who came up with a not well thought out plan. The movie also has a decent amount of violence, but most of it is at the end of the movie, and I think the movie can be a bit unpredictable, especially towards the end. I made several guesses and they were all wrong. And Iris using the wine opener to kill Josh was such a gift, because it felt like the wine opener was a part of the main cast. After watching the movie, the gears in my mind were spinning, and it made me realize that Eli and Josh are two sides of the same coin. They both are desperate, and they both want love and companionship, but they do differ. Eli was content with just being with Patrick. The scene where Patrick and Eli are talking in the woods, you can kind of tell that all Eli wants is to love someone and to have that someone love him back. And while Josh does want love, he wants more, and he uses Iris to get what he wants. Essentially, one relationship dynamic looks healthy and the other looks toxic. And these dynamics kinda shows us what it would look like if robots were commonplace. Some would treat them with respect and kindness, while others would just use and exploit them. And I know there are some people out there who think that having a companion robot would be great, but I don't think it would. Yes, you'd have someone to talk to and do things with, and of course, fulfill your sexual desires. But when it comes down to anything emotional, which is like 90% of the human experience, the robot will not be able to help you in any capacity. A human can empathize and relate to you, a robot cannot. Even if they say the things you want to hear, it doesn't really matter because deep down you know that they only love is in quotation marks, they only love you because you told them to. And no matter how much you deny it, there is no greater feeling than finding that one person that sees you for you, flaws and all, and loves you just for being you. And I'm sure you've all noticed that Josh falls into the self proclaimed nice guy category. These kind of people are not nice and are only pretending to be. These are the same people who think they deserve an award or prize because they did something nice for you, and they don't think anything is wrong with that because they wholeheartedly believe that kindness is purely transactional. Okay, I went a bit off track there, but anyway, for me, the movie was entertaining, interesting, and very thought provoking. It's comedic at times and is also very energetic and well written. The pacing, as I said, is fast, but not in a bad way. The performances were good, but the two main characters outshine the rest of the cast. Sophie Thatcher, the actress who plays Iris, I can see her being the final girl in a horror movie, and I also can see her in being in a more comedic role. If you haven't watched Companion, then what are you doing? Go watch it.